Well, guys, it's the end of Act 1. Well, we had so much fun. The new writing team was actually pretty good. Actually, yeah, I like them better than the old writing team, let's be real. And I know a lot of people are like, you guys don't like them because they're No, we didn't like them because their writing kinda just didn't. Whatever. The writing wasn't right for Homestuck, I'm sorry. It had nothing to do about it. It has nothing to do with them being trans. It had everything to do with the writing not like hitting. But the new writing team, their writing is hitting because they understand, politics. All this reluctance to politics isn't what the people want. Like it's actually more intriguing. If the boss likes it, we like it. And Bugsy, shall we begin? Oh yes. So Tavros went with Yiffy, man. And Frizzy just got angry, so she just kind of went after Tavros, either caring for Tavros or just kind of hiding it under a firm veneer of anger. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I think Frizzy's gonna straight up become Frisco, but like a more messed up. And that's my daughter, so I know my own daughter. Even though Frizzy's a clone, it just she's going a different ways, but I feel like she's gonna be kind of a bigger douche down the line. So yeah, so yeah, Jade got Jade got shot, but we don't know if she's dead because she wasn't really doing anything heroic. And as we all know, as God tiers ourselves, you have to do something heroic or just to actually die. So so snipers come snipers come down and shoot Jade in the head. Blood everywhere. Rose Rose grabs Rissy and Harry Anderson for as they both try to make it out. But we don't even know why. Again, I feel like it's gonna be some Strider shit. It's always Strider shit, man. Dirk made all this Strider shit. And this is all the fucking thanks he gets. Us flipping him off and shit. So yeah. So Yiffy's gone. I still don't know how I feel about it really. Like, how did the boss feel about her? Rage. How you feel about her? Indifference with a little bit of rage? Like, I don't know, man. I'm still, like, when we were doing this on the website, I was still kind of like, I don't know. I don't hate Jade. I understand, but at the same time, what's with it? Didn't. It never had to be about all this. They never had to do all this secrecy shit. Cause I would have been totally fine with it. It was pure. What Rose said was purely physical. I'm like, yeah. Why don't you just stab her in the gun? Why don't you just stab? Why don't you stab fucking Kanai in her goddamn thresher while you're at it? Jesus. And her pusher while you're at it. God damn, Rose. I don't get how Rose could fuck up that hard. I get how she could fuck. But I don't get how she'd fuck just fuck everything up that hard. What can I Why in both universes Rose out of leaves with fucking Dirk makes out with Terezi. Whoa, that's gonna be a nice that right there is gonna be a nice conversation when we get back to the meat timeline. Are we not gonna talk about Terezi and John? Cause are you just gonna pretend like Terezi doesn't exist? Are you gonna pretend like that moment didn't exist? I ain't trying to get deep inside my mind. I'm repressing it. You can't repress it, Bugsy. You can't repress it. It's still in you. Is it? Is it, or have I repressed it even harder? Okay, Okay, knuckleheads, we don't got time for comedy hour. Ah, indeed we don't. So Jane, launching the laser at a bunch of innocent trolls. So yeah, that whole place is like scorched earth now because of the laser, which I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still thinking about Jake and what he did, and I'm thinking to myself like, was him going out pistol ablazing? Was that the best choice, or was it just his way of saying, I'm not a I matter. I'm not a cock. Do 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 do. You know, like I get Jane's like close to the contest as we all would like to not admit. But I don't know. Maybe Jake could have talked her down. He was doing that before. It's really kind of like fucked when we think about Jane and Jake's relationship. Really, like it just proves to me that like Jane just wanted it. Like she cares about Jake. She cared about Jake. That was evident. But it's like you gotta understand. Like at the same time, I felt like, and this is back in the epilogues. I felt that Jake was still reeling from Dark, and I just think it's just kind of weird that she just like, oh, let's take those lollipops and start banging in trickster mode. Hoo. Dude, don't remind me. I still have fucking nightmares about that. What do you have nightmares about them in trickster mode? Because think about it, it's fucking trickster mode. Why is anybody slamming in trickster mode? Why is anybody slamming ham in trickster mode, man? It's just weird. It's fucking weird. No, what's fucking weird is like that one scene in the epilogues where like Gamzee is grabbing Jane's wonder chest and it's like she's like and then like freaking Jake gotta get in there too. It's like what kind of weird shit is that going on? What's going on with that? I'm surprised that Tavros did not get. I don't think, as much as we all think that this Gamzee went down a weirder path, would have probably let him do some shit to Tavros. He did care, even though they turned Gamzee into a sick freak. He was already a freak. Why you gotta do my homie Gamzee like that? Why you gotta do him like that? Can we talk about just Jane going, it's not my problem. It's totally not my problem. It's totally not my fault. Can we talk about how Bugsy was simping for Jane, even though she's evil now and she's like the Condis? The one thing you and AF fought? I know, but dudes! You can't blame me. Freaking Jane out here showing all the goods, man. Again, like part of me was like, no, she's like the Condis now. But then that part of my brain just clicked. Like she's evil, she's kind of hot. You could fix that. God damn. Can we talk? Okay. This is the end of Act 1. Can we just literally talk about the writing team? I know. Like, a lot of people don't want us to talk about it, but, like, come on, guys. Let's stop fooling ourselves. The whole writing team just didn't know. I felt like they were just, like, sticking things together and seeing what sticked. I felt like it was more like them just going, well, this isn't my canon. This is my head canon. We gotta make everything political and all this other shit. It didn't feel genuine. This felt like they were just kind of doing a checklist. You know, only to make some fans happy and not everybody else. Because, like, it's fine if you want to add your headcanons and stuff. But you gotta make it right for these characters. And yes, me and the boys, me, Dr. Megalo, I have accepted that Jane is evil. I've accepted it. Bugsy has too. Dem has too. We all have in this video, on this video. But it's like, it's just like, yeah, there should have been more explaining on that part. Because we're like, is it really Dirk, or is it just her ambitions? Is it the fact that she was brainwashed for half of her session in Spurp? Is it really just that? Or is there something more there? Is it because she's been spurned by Jake, and since Dirk was basically dead, you know? We ain't gonna say how he died because YouTube doesn't like the, you know what? But, you know, I just think she just kind of went in. And I'm just like, if Jake didn't really feel for you right then and there beforehand, what made you think that going right near him when the love of his life was the love of his life was fucking dead was a good idea? Because Jane was going in contest mode, because he's like, no, I'm entitled to this now. I suffered enough. And that's how I feel. Like, she feels like this is the only way to, like, do what she has to do. But then it's like, I look at all the, like, little warships she has, and it just reminds me of the contest. It reminds me of what the Silence and I fought for back in the day. And it really just puts a bad taste in my mouth. And then you simp for her. Shut up, Megalo. And I'm just saying, my cousin, that when it comes to Jane, you are likely to, like, you're likely to just, oh, no, motherfucker, you dated my life for 6. Let's not even go there. Dudes, we're losing the plot here. Can we talk about Al though? So Dead Tier Calliope, or Al, hates all of us, even our universe, because we stretched out the story in ways that shouldn't be happening. That we should just follow this. We should just not be a part of this and follow the plot line. But our universes did happen, and Al's fucking pissed off about that. Hey, they can go shots fired on us all. Like, Al can Dead Tier Calliope, because I'm not calling her Al. They can say whatever they want. But to me, the fact that you guys are so butthurt on Canon, both you and Dirk, that's why you both are gonna fail. Because you're going it your way, Dirk's going it his way, and our meat timeline buddies are gonna stop both of them, and it's just gonna be this big. I mean, will there be a winner? Will there be a loser? We don't know. We're at the end of Act 1. Can we talk about how freaking Cardcat and, like, Mina are a thing now? That is, I mean, it makes sense, but it's weird as hell. No, you wanna know it's weird as hell? Gamzee out here going like, bro, I'm sorry, bro. It tried to literally suck Cardcat's toes. I thought that shit was weird. The whole epilogue was weird. I mean, it set everything up, but, like, god damn, was it bleak. Bleak, it was depressing. Shit. Everything everybody else struggled for and obtained, only to become fascists complacent and a motherfucker becoming like the ultimate version of himself. And the fact that Roxy Roxy in the Meat timeline turns trans because like John didn't want to like start a family with her, which I thought was fucking weird. It's kind of a weird message to be sending out to people, like, I just feel like that shit wasn't conveyed well. I ain't even, like, we ain't even, like, trans. I don't feel like that was conveyed at all. Like, really cool. Like, just because a dude wasn't around, they just say, oh, that's my thing. Like, I felt like the whole trans rising thing should have been built up to something, could have been built up a little bit earlier. You know? And we just take it into it and then we're going in, oh my god, Roxy's trans. It's like, you know, y'all can say it's good, but I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like there should have been more setup. Not something that tells you overtly, but like, you know, it just, that's why it blindsides a lot of people because it came out of nowhere. And no one's trying to say, like, no one's trying to be that dude and say, oh, because, you know, we don't understand because we're not that way. It's like, wouldn't it be better if it was, like, set up well? Just saying. Like, I don't mind Roxy getting trans, but you guys just kind of shoved it out of nowhere, like, douche, and kept pushing. But we all know Bugsy still simps for. We all know Bugsy was thirsting over, like, Candy Roxy. Y'all motherfuckers don't know nothing about nothing. You're like, oh shit. I don't know where, I don't know how, but something in me is growing right now. I hate you both. I hate you motherfuckers both. Yeah, we know. I think Frizzy's interesting. I know, Bugsy, you don't think she's interesting. No, I think right now she's just a ball of anger and rage, and there's nothing truly, like, stand out about her yet. You know? I don't hate her, it's just like, I feel like there's nothing there yet. And can we talk about Vriska's redemption? Everything was going well until she couldn't hug herself. She couldn't forgive herself, man. How does that make you feel? Because in your universe, Vriska's like happy and fulfilled. You're seeing another version of her kind of flounder. Well, it just makes me think how things would have turned out if I wasn't there. And that kind of makes me sad. Because I don't know if, like, me being Vriska's father is just one occurrence in so many things in Paradox Space. Or is it, like, the norm? But either way, it's kind of sad, you know? She had to grow up so fast. Had to do things. But that's what makes me hate Doc Scratch even more than I do. Makes me hate Alternia for what it did. Makes me hate the whole structure of Alternia. But I'm getting too serious. Let's kick it back. All Dirk's inane musings. Dude, Dirk can justify all the shit he's trying to do right now, but I can tell you this. motherfucker gonna fail. And he gonna fail because he's closing off his own fucking emotions. Only letting them out to like just talk to robot Rose. With an appetite for Terezi. You guys suck. I hate that pairing. It don't make sense. It just didn't need a moment, and people are so shipping that shit. It's just like, nah, like, dude, no. They're both feeling it because let's be real. John's still dead in that wallet, and Rose pretty much gave up everything to be a robot. Like, how do we really know, right? That like the seer shit actually really it leads to that. How we know that Dirk didn't make that shit up just to be like, hey, I'll put you in this robot body and your brain gonna be okay? How do we know he didn't orchestrate that? We don't. Probably he did, probably he didn't. I really feel bad for Terezi because, like, Terezi finally had some villain somebody, even though Bugsy is mad because it was John, and he's a hardcore shipper of his daughter, John. Damn straight I am. Give us 1 minute, folks. Okay, we're back. And, you know what I want to say? Solix is just chilling on the meteor, just playing Donkey Kong Country. Like, Jesus. Wouldn't we all love to just do that? Like, just forget about our problems and just Donkey Kong Country just all fucking day. Well, yeah. I'm fucking just talking to John, saying that John never had, like, he was basically saying John never had no bitches, he was the bitch. I thought that was funny. I mean, I personally kind of hated, just John just being this kind of milquetoast, lugubrious kind of like, bitch. Because he's like, no, I want to, like, something's wrong, and I don't know how to fix it. But, after the whole thing, after him having a son and shit, he should have been like, you know what? Maybe something is wrong, but maybe that's okay. Maybe I'm alright with that. Personally, dude, I personally believe that, and I feel like I gotta say this is from the overrated team. I gotta say, just the whole fact that John didn't know that, like, fucking Jane was pregnant and, like, it had Giffy, like, he was supposed to know that shit. Like, it was just so pertinent. Like, it was very pertinent information that she had to fucking just explain later on. Pretty much showing that no one knew, man. Like they treated John like he's a fucking idiot, but, like, no one knew about that shit. What? Do you guys tell John shit? He's like, John's going to do something. Oh, you think? He's been. When you guys have been in your little happy-go-lucky, we gonna all have babies. Land, you out here still dealing with some shit. Y'all just weren't caring. That's why I think it's so dickish when they just, like, explain this to not only just John, but the kids too. The Omega kids too. It's just weird. Like, he didn't, like, y'all treated him like an idiot. He didn't know. Kanaya's, like, mad, probably gonna be like, fuck the humans and shit. And, now that that's happening, I think Tavros is really, 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 honest to God, gonna get himself killed. And they're not God tier, so. But then again, we don't know if kids of God tier have the same kind of advantages people with God tiers do have. I mean, Bugsy, I mean, you never tested it out with your kids. True, but I don't want to I don't want to experiment, you weirdo. I'm not that kind. I'm not that kind of scientist. So we gonna talk about the elephant in the room? Friska did nothing wrong, and she just basically slaughters motherfuckers because one person's like, Friska did nothing wrong. It was ironically talking about that shit. Like, I don't know. I just felt like the old writing team had content for us, like straight up. Like, y'all don't like our shit. And I'm like, we don't like. It's not because you're trans we don't like it. It's because your shit is just too self-indulgent. That's pretty much a good point about the old writing team. They were too self-indulgent with themselves. Too proud, too pious. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but at the end of the day, it's just really, 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 just really fucked up. Like it's really fucked up what happened to the old writing team. I felt like the people who did that shit were fucking horrible ass people. You can be like us and not like the story, but don't attack people for who they are. Yeah, that shit is so uncalled for. Trust me, I don't think we would liked beyond canon where it was actually going to go with the old writing team. But with the new writing team, we actually do enjoy it, and we are singing their praises because we're actually excited with Homestuck again. The old writing team made us feel like, oh, there's a new Beyond Canon update, and we all just looked at each other going, it was just like a horrible thing. And then the new writings team just turned it around, man. They turned it around. I just felt like the old writing team just didn't like the fans, didn't like all of us. And I'm not talking about the ones that are being dicks. I'm talking about just us in general. But let's talk about the elephant in the room that isn't Friska for like 5 minutes. Yes! Someone is going to start a new session! You can see that I'm kind of like, I've been low-key, my eyes been low-key twitching. Yeah, it has. I swear to God, no one should want to be in this hell like we were. Our session was fun, but it was hellish. Like, I don't really talk about it. But it was not a good thing, man. It was not something it's not something I truly look at with a lot of fondness. There are standout moments. The time I fought my Denizen and beat it, and how it was triumphant. The time we literally fought the Black King and won. The little consorts we had, that was good. But then there was like the hard shit. There was the threat of us almost dying because our Chaos Lord healing factors do not work in a session. So we're like really like freaking out at that time. And the fact that people have found another version of sperm it doesn't bode well for people, man. It doesn't bode well for this world, this universe. It doesn't bode well. Yeah. And this new possible troll chick who is a literal shut-in. It's like, well, Bugsy, just say it. I still feel indifferent about Yiffany, okay? It just never made sense to me. It still doesn't. And I'm not gonna pretend like it never. I'm not gonna pretend like I understood it fully because it wasn't really funny. It was just weird. It was like, okay, Rose and Rose and Jade, you know, got down, had a kid because Jade has her pepperoni secret that we're not talking about. But it's just like, just the abject horniness of Jade throughout the whole entire epilogue just made me go, Jade, you need to calm down. You sounding kind of rapey. She really was. It was it was really a weird like moment. I know it sets everything up, but yeah, like there were some weird decisions in the epilogues. Weird decisions. I know they were setting everything up, but it's like, yeah, that was weird. And I like the way Homestuck is now, but like, yeah, the epilogues will always be like that bit of what the fuck. Dude, I just say, hey, any new person that want to read Beyond Canon after this, just read Beyond Canon. Do not read the epilogues. Just read this, and you're good. Oh my god, anyways. So yeah, Jane shoots a big fuck off laser into Earth. There's possibly a new session going on. And Jade got shot. We're probably gonna get a call from Wolf Bugsy, and Wolf Bugsy gonna look and say, he gonna be like, bro, this is a bullshit. Watch, I'm waiting for his call. May in his universe, Jade doesn't get shot. May like blocked it and just got the dude. He's like, it's like, and just got him. Probably. He's hoping if he calls. Well, guys, Homestuck Beyond Canon was a fucking mind trip, a head trip, and a lot of other trips that we won't say. And I won't even talk about the whole Gamzee Weekend at Bernie's thing they were doing with Gamzee. That was interesting. You were gonna say it. And I still disagree with Funk McLovin's whole thing about let Jane be evil. I still disagree with it. I feel like there should have been something that would have... They don't have to say it outright, but they should have just hinted at it more. That maybe this is not Jane's own motives. Maybe this is not Jane's actual self. Maybe just dial in. Maybe just lean into the trauma that she feels after being mind controlled by a literal troll fascist. You know, like. It doesn't lead in one particular direction. You know, the little thing that Dirk says coming out of Jane's mouth is the only indication that, yeah, Dirk's controlling this shit. But that's about it. I think we're done. I think... As much as we used to gripe and complain about Beyond Canon, the new writing team really turned it around and made us excited again. And here's to Act 2 giving us more of what we want. And we can't wait until that sound page comes out. Me and the guys are gonna be ready for that, and you guys are gonna get a straight up reaction out of us. But until then, see you guys later. Keep your noses clean, and if you see any Spurb CDs, destroy those things. We are not going through this shit again. I'm sorry, we're not doing it. But anyways, I digress. See you guys later. Peace. And just remember, folks. This shit has only just begun. I think when we get into Act 2, it's gonna get real fucking crazy. I can't even predict where it's gonna go next. Neither can I. But maybe while we're waiting for Homestuck to be on Canon, we will probably still talk about Home Slice and probably talk about Nightfall. Yeah, Bugsy wants to totally do Nightfall. Can I have this? Yeah. And you guys are gonna join me for those two fan adventures, right? Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing else better to do. Alright. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Megalo. We'll see you guys later. Peace. And remember, life is Homestuck. Peace.